I see flight attendants and they all wear uniforms, but can you imagine if your uniform was actually poisoning you?
Oh,
That's what's going on at Southwest Airlines with.
what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, like really? Wow. I told you,
I mean,
this is a crazy story.
It
Right?
wasn't that long ago they had to switch the uniforms because it was all like way too like sexualized and like right
Yeah, like you want to talk about a toxic workforce? Literally, this is a toxic
yeah
uniform that is
they
poisoning.
like weighed women right like because
But wait,
oh
in mid-November, the WSWS was contacted by Tanya Osborne, a Southwest Airlines flight attendant from Orlando. For over 20 years, she was left on the brink of poverty after suffering a series of health complications brought on by uniforms that her company had forced her to wear. Of course, forced her is kind of a I don't know what the word is. That's the job, and
yes but that's the word I would use in that sense.
right. So here's
Like,
the deal. So
yeah.
they said in 2017 they introduced a 75-piece uniform. According to the new look is in stark contrast to what you had talked about.
75-piece uniform. What?
Right?
Wait, you got to put on 75 pieces of clothes. Hold on, let me get my snowsuit on. Like what?
Is that like the flair for
Oh
Office
God,
Space?
what is that movie?
You only
Office Space.
You only have 14 pieces of flair.
Yeah.
So again, the article mentions that Cintas has contracted with United for new uniforms, and that other major domestic carriers were redesigning their outfits. However, shortly afterward, flight attendants across the company began reporting severe health complications associated with uniforms. What? Right?
Mm. Yeah. Well, it's like asbestos, apparently, right? So.
Right? No, yeah. So the situation, no, it's some kind of chemical in there, and they'll get to exactly what the chemical is. But in addition to Cintas, at least two other uniform manufacturers, Land's End and Twin Hill, have been implicated in this. And in 2019, flight attendants who spoke to WSWS, reported an awful fishy chemical smell in their uniforms. Even after several washes, the chemical scented clothes produced massive skin irritation and other painful reactions. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, according to Osborne, chemical treatment in her clothing was so severe that even brushing up next to a colleague at work would trigger a reaction. Right? So she's been diagnosed with several autoimmune disorders, including inflammatory polyarthropathy, a form of arthritis. Right? I'm not going to go into all the stuff that she has.
These are all super Latin.
Psoriatic arthritis, like it's rough. This is really, really bad. Other colleagues she was in touch with reported skin rashes, hair loss, Hashimoto's disease. I don't even know what that is. That sounds
Jesus.
Awful.
That sounds
a condition
terrible.
attacking the thyroid that can alter the human body's hormone production and can lead to fatigue and rapid weight gain. I wonder if that's like what our friend Joe has, that hypothyroidism. I wonder if that's part of it.
Well, it's part of it, right? Like,
so she initiated a class action lawsuit. So she actually tried to sue them. Right. So then it alleges that since the introduction of uniforms in 2017, they immediately began suffering these problems, including all these different symptoms.
Hashimoto's a thyroid disease, apparently.
Yes.
Yep.
So one of the, again, this is a much longer article. I will again drop it in the chat, but it's whatever's cheap, of course, an industrial hygienist who works for the Association of Flight Attendants, who told the Philadelphia Inquirer that did a lot of work on breaking this story initially.
Who could help on class action lawsuits, especially when it comes with, women is, they're called boobs, Ed.
Oh, sure. Actually, I saw a tweet from her recently, Erin Brockovich, for anyone that doesn't.
Yeah, that would be it.
So
it took me a second to remember what it was in my own head, so,
Right, but present U.S. policy for chemical use in clothing, is that whatever's cheap Okay, this woman, Irina Mordakovich of Harvard's T.S. Chan School of Public Health, has stated that the use of chemicals in clothing in the United States is very unregulated and unresearched. That's scary.
Well, the thing that I'm wondering, right, is like if Southwest is having their issues because of the
Wait.
right. You're like,
Wait.
oh yes, it's almost like I could
We're gonna get
reason
there.
to. Yeah, we'll get there. Okay,
So
I'm along
meanwhile,
for this ride.
the
Seatbelt
unions,
in, tray in upright position.
the unions, first of all, have also abandoned any public mention of this ongoing uniform crisis. Their last reference to toxic uniforms on the AFA's website, it all appeared more than 2 years ago, 4 months before the first lockdown in the U.S., according to the site's search function, right?
Yep.
So wait, there was like, it was Delta and United, and there was a bunch of other airlines that were involved in something, and here it is. Okay.
Delta,
So
Alaska,
Alaska, and Delta. That's
Land's End and Twin Hall have been implicated.
Twin Hill, yep.
Well, you better get hip to Indy Left, Indy Left, Indy Left.net.